I bet you can't clone me, Coby. I bet you I can. Challenge is accepted. First, I had to figure out exactly where you were. So I saw you're at the Hoover Dam in Clark County, Nevada, which was once the tallest, biggest dam in the world. Over 100 men lost their lives building the Hoover Dam. It took 21,000 humans 5 years to build the Hoover Dam, and it cost over $760 million. So I took my cloning kit and drove 9 hours all the way to the Hoover Dam. Once we got there was a security checkpoint. I had no idea how the officers were going to react, but I was there on a mission to find your DNA and swab it off the side of the Hoover Dam. How are you?
Oh man, you doing some serious testing?
Yeah.
What you checking for?
This is to test the rocks.
I thought you were doing a urine test or something.
After I bribed them with $200 cash, they let us through. As we got closer, I could start seeing the Hoover Dam from the corner of my eye. Now that I had the Hoover Dam directly in front of me, I needed to figure out a way to go down there and swab your DNA. I started walking around the Hoover Dam and saw 2 officers. I asked them if they seen someone lick the Hoover Dam. They started laughing a little, but they told me if you go down to the 3rd structure of the Hoover Dam, someone did lick that in the last 24 hours. So I went right over there. You can see just how massive the Hoover Dam is. I'm right there on the left in the white coat walking. Soon I'm gonna zoom out. You can see how big this Hoover Dam structure actually is. It's magnificent. But I was there to get your DNA and that's it. I then found the spot that you licked and swabbed your DNA right off the side of the Hoover Dam and put it right back in my DNA grade case and went back to my laboratory. Back at the lab, safety is my #1 priority, so I put my protective eyewear on. My assistant then handed me an agar plate and I placed your DNA inside the agar plate. I then sprayed it with 437 chrome solution on top of the DNA cotton swab. I then used my $6,000 microscope to look underneath the DNA to make sure that it was perfect and ready to be cloned. To double check, I had my assistant look as well. This is exactly what we see underneath the microscope. DNA comes in many different strands and this is just a few of them right here. I then set up my DNA incubation station so I can use the trickling method to separate each strand of DNA. My assistant then gave me phosphoric citrus acid and I put it down my incubation. Each drop that's dropping into the agar plate is getting closer to the cloning process. I then use the syringe to suck out 0.5 milliliters of filtered DNA into the syringe. As carefully as possible, I put it right back into the DNA grade tube. I then took the DNA grade tube and put it inside my nitrous oxide sub-zero tank for 48 hours. That's you after 6 months old and soon I will have you for myself.